Hello everybody, welcome back to another video. Let's talk a little bit about the NFL and there's a little bit of drama that's been going around Philadelphia after a stream the other day where AJ Brown made a joke where, hey, if you got me in fantasy, cut me. So usually, typically, like we have seen this in the past, like this isn't something new where there's been a little bit of like a little bit of disagreements and stuff within an NFL organization, but also like star athletes wanting to get traded from their destinations and stuff. And recently there was a stream where AJ Brown talked about how he was discouraged with kind of like how he's being used in Philadelphia. And we saw it in the first handful of weeks where we saw how Philadelphia beat the Chiefs, we saw how Philadelphia beat Dallas, and then it all kind of came to a head. It's come to a head in more recent games, but the one where it was loud and clear was when they were down by as much as they were down to the Rams, and how the Rams were just getting after them and kicking their ass. And we've seen that there's been a lot of talk, and I think the media's kind of fueled this fire a little bit on how like Jalen Hurts isn't the dude. He can't throw the ball past 10 yards. You know, the stats back it up and whatnot. And there's been a lot of talk on A.J. Brown not getting his touches and complaining. Now, I will say, this is no offense to him, but I mean, there's a reason why there's a stereotype around how, receivers are prima donnas. And I mean, I say this jokingly, like, you never see linemen complain about their time, like, or holdouts or discouragements and stuff. It's always the receivers, Like if any of the D linemen, like we saw Micah Parsons, he had a little bit of, drama and discourse with the Dallas Cowboys. They traded him, they got rid of him. There was a little bit of a situation. I mean, 49ers fans can attest to this because of how many years, it's up and down with Ayuk, but like Steelers fans, Watt threatened to sit out, and Steelers are like, okay, let's get this deal done. Cam Hayward was going to sit out, but the Steelers are like, okay, let's get this deal done. And like, it's funny how like quarterbacks don't sit out, and if they were, I mean, I remember, wasn't a handful of years ago, like Lamar threatened to do that, but the Ravens were like, okay, let's sign him. Same with Hurts with the Eagles, but I think it's funny that you look at linebackers, D linemen, offensive linemen. None of these guys have the reputation that, okay, I'm not giving my touches, I'm gonna sit. Which I'm not the only one that's made this joke. Like thousands of other podcasters and video makers have made that joke. But we saw this video, and I want to say the absolute professionalism from Jalen Hurts, but also Coach Sirianni talking about how like they're just done, and like how the NFL and the media has like fed this on, hey, you got a big game coming up against Detroit, do you think A.J. Brown's going to get traded? How do you feel about him being all discouraged and stuff? And I think the truth is, I think it's a hook, line, and sinker, truthfully. Like, I don't think there's anything wrong in Philadelphia as much as, like, it's blown out to be like, hey, the sky's falling in Philadelphia. Hey, guess what? Philadelphia just beat the Packers. Now, it was an ugly game on Monday Night Football. 7-10 is not a score you want. I mean, we were just crowning the Raiders and the Broncos as the worst game of the season. And then we follow it up by, hey, you know what? Let me put two more on you. And I think the truth is, Eagles and the Packers have probably the best defense. Who else could I say has a pretty solid defense? Seems like the Seahawks defense has been making people seem silly too when they're blowing teams out. We know Philadelphia's been a run-first team for how many seasons now? And when you got Saquon in the backfield and you are limited in the passing game, I mean, who knows? But I mean, A.J. Brown, he's had some decent games this season too. And so I think everything that's going on, like why this video is being made, because it's getting loud now, and it's getting a lot louder with the trade deadline looming on K, is A.J. Brown going to be out the door? I don't think so. I really don't think so. I think now if he's going to go anywhere, he's probably going to go to the Patriots because he used to be on the Titans with Vrabel. Derek, like there was a time where, yeah, Titans were the number one seed. They had Brown, they had Henry, and then you look at the Titans now, and it's like, wow, we've come a far way. But I think if he were to get traded and go anywhere, he'd probably go there. But other than that, like, you know, once they play Detroit, this has all the makings of him scoring a few touchdowns, and then it's like, okay, we're all good. We're all good. Because here's the thing, I know winning cures a lot. And so, I mean, the teams to beat in the NFC right now, Philly, the Lions, the Bucks, and the Rams. Like, those are the 4 teams, truthfully speaking. I know the Seahawks are hot right now, but we'll see. I mean, I'd rather pick the Eagles, you know, against the Seahawks if they were to run into each other. But that's just my thoughts. I think a lot of this is getting blown out of proportion. Be sure to let me know what you think in the comments. I'll see you guys in the next video.